Good morning, UUCT.
Good morning.
I'd like to tell you about my journey here, which started one day at lunch at work. While reading the newspaper, I ingested an article about laughter clubs contributing to world peace. Intrigued, I Googled it, and asked my boss if we could participate. That's when he sent me away. And I became certified as a laughter leader. Did you know that only 10% of human laughter is in response to jokes? And that we don't just laugh because we feel good because we laugh. I'd like to give you a taste now of what is done in laughter clubs. This is a call and repeat format. I'm going to laugh, and then you repeat it. This little laughatizer is called Follow Me. Ready? Aha, 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 aha. Ready? Aha, 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 aha. Nee hee 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 hee. Ready? Fantastic. Ready? Ha 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 ha. Ready? Ha 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 ha. Great. As we go on, you will experience how laughter breaks down barriers and decreases stress. You'll see how human beings are most likely to laugh when they are in relationship with one another. When I first read that article about laughter clubs, I learned that they had originated in India. In 1995, Dr. Madhuri Kataria, a family physician from Mumbai, decided to write an article called Laughter, the Best Medicine. The outcome of his research for this article surprised him greatly. Laughter has a substantial effect on health. In particular, he was impressed by the work of Norman Cousins, the American journalist who managed to heal himself completely using laughter as his main form of therapy. Drawing upon thousands of years of Buddhist laughing practice, Dr. Kataria woke up, determined to start a laughter club. He went to his local park and somehow managed to motivate 4 people to laugh with him. This small group quickly grew to over 50 participants within a few days. Each person in the club took turns, like Monday Night Music, telling jokes or funny stories. But after a few days, the stock of good jokes was depleted, and participants complained. Rather than give up, Dr. Kataria had the idea of dropping jokes altogether, because he had observed that even when it wasn't funny, one person laughing was usually enough to get the whole group going. No sound from the video. Of course, we got gremlins in there, right? But you see what I mean, right? Dr. Kataria experimented with the idea of jest, laughing for no reason, and it worked very well. His wife, Madhuri Kataria, a yoga teacher, helped build upon the yoga connection of laughter. Together, they designed a sequence of simple laughter exercises with gentle yoga breathing techniques for maximum benefits. Now, you would think that laughter is appropriate for everyone, except, of course, when eating or chewing gum. But in fact, it might not be suitable for you. If you've had recent abdominal surgery, are in a late stage of pregnancy, or suffer from hemorrhoids, you might just decide to sit this one out. I'm choosing to participate anyway. Are you ready to try it? Okay. Let's start with just noticing our breath. Now take a deep breath in and exhale it through your nose. Good. This time, whoosh it quickly through your mouth on the exhale like this. All right. Now, on this one, close your mouth and let the breath hum slowly out on the exhale. Right. Finally, using your abdominal muscles, let your breath come out staccatically with a series of ha's like this. Ha 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 ha. Ready? Ha 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 ha. Great. So that should warm our bodies up a little bit for what we're going to experience. Now, the American laughter movement owes a lot to the psychologist Steve Wilson, who was the first one to expose Dr. Kataria and his wife to the American media in 1999. Wilson asked, why not just tell jokes? Humor is wonderful for two things. It helps you get a perspective on life from which things may not seem so terrible, and it gives rise to laughter. We love humor. The problem is that humor is personal. We don't all laugh at the same things. I've experienced personally how some jokes just seem to get stuck in the boson layer. The space, the space surrounding stupid people, which stops bright ideas from penetrating, and which, unfortunately, shows little sign of breaking down anytime soon. And have you ever noticed that certain stories seem to be subject to the Doppler effect? That is, the tendency of stupid ideas to seem smarter when they come at you more rapidly. Besides these jokes being inappropriate for those who may be huzzah to the sound team. and video team. But some jokes are definitely inappropriate, and those ones were for the intellectually challenged. In order to get it, we would all have to speak the same language, have a shared cultural context, and similar tastes. But laughter is a physical act, universal, controlled by the central nervous system, and doesn't have any of those requirements. Now let's just notice our bodies. Feel where our bodies contact the floor, the seat, our clothing. Is your body tired, hungry, or hurting? Notice that. The next step is to stretch our bodies. Let's pretend to make some wine. Imagine you are slipping off your shoes and socks. Let's pick a bunch of grapes hanging up in that arbor right above our head. Good job. Put them in the bucket at your feet. Now pick another bunch higher up. Put it in your feet again. Okay, now do it again, a little higher this time. And when you put it in the bucket, I want you to stomp on it a couple times with your feet. Last one, we're gonna reach up really high and put it in that bucket. And now stomp on it vigorously with your feet. Wonderful. Now raise your hand if you saw the color. Now, in true Western fashion, Steve Wilson developed a professional advisory committee composed of eminent scientists and practitioners in the field to guide the curriculum and future development of the program. Then he appointed himself chairman of the board. Thus was born the World Laughter Tour. The touring happens physically when traveling to various cities and countries to lecture, demonstrate, and train people in the simple-to-replicate method. It is estimated that there are thousands of laughter clubs around the world. The World Laughter Tour seeks to illuminate and improve the human condition by exploring the nearly magical mysteries of laughter, humor, and mirth. This is a synthesis of powerful ancient practices for the health and well-being that have been verified by modern science. So I'd like to invite you, as you are able, to enter a world filled with the sounds of mirth and laughter. Leave behind the everyday world to enter a space that is friendly, nourishing, and welcoming. Ron's going to help me demonstrate how. Oh, yay, 2 helpers, yay! In laughter clubs, we warm up and end each laughter exercise in a traditional way, laughingly saying, ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Can you do that with me? Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Great, we're going to add clapping to that. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Now we're going to end, every time we do a laughter exercise, we're going to end that, doing that 3 times, followed by an exuberant hands up in the air, careful not to poke your neighbors. Yay! So you ready? Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Yay! Thank you. For this series of laughter exercises, we're going to end each with that clapping warm-up. So I want you to imagine that you are going on a trip and you are calling your friends, well, now we have cell phones, to invite them when you see someone across the room you want to talk to. This is called cell phone laughter. And switch hands. Ready to do that with me? Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Yay! You've just invited everyone you know to go on a roller coaster ride with you. So you're at the front of the line, and you smile at the cute ride attendant who is helping you sit down. You hear the latch engage. You hear the bar in front of you latch. But you hear the click of the track engage as you are beginning to be slowly pulled upwards. And you, as you look out and your arms raise, and then you're going to go, to the right, to the left. You ready? Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Yay! So now I ask you how you feel. And someone says, like, I've just been on a roller coaster ride. That would be known literally as tongue-in-cheek laughter. And it goes like this. Ready? Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Yay! Terrific. I want to thank you for your presence in joining me. Now let's pause for a moment as you check in with your body and absorb that little bit of energy you just created. If you're willing, close your eyes and feel again where your body contacts your chair, the floor, your clothes. Just breathe with yourself for a minute. Notice how you feel now. What may surprise you is the fact that researchers estimate laughing 100 times is equal, thank you. Is equal to 10 minutes on the exercise bike or 15 minutes on the rowing machine. Laughing can be a total body workout. Blood pressure is lowered and blood is oxygenated, which further assists healing. Laughter also gives your diaphragm, respiratory, facial, leg, and back muscles a workout. It's an internal massage. I believe that world peace is contributed to by practicing the inner spirit of laughter. Gandhi said, "You must be the change you wish to see in the world." You and I are here in this moment, the sum of our consciousness, the sum of our thoughts. If we are rich or poor, happy or sad, it is the result of the sum of our thoughts. Our mind or brain is essentially a storehouse of emotional reactions and thoughts. If we are the sum of our thoughts, our repetitive thoughts, then we need to carefully choose what we think. And when we replace unhappy or negative thoughts with positive ones, we begin to change. So how can laughter bring world peace? The Laughter Club program can contribute to world peace because we gradually replace tension, fear, anger, and pleasure, and intolerance, with kindness, generosity, flexibility, and compassion. We do this through the repeated experience of good-natured laughter in groups and by practicing the good-hearted living part of the program. We can continue to prevent hardening of the attitudes. Perspectives change as we learn to take ourselves less seriously, to laugh because life is sometimes just plain ridiculous. Good-hearted living is similar to our Chalaka, our UU Chalaka observance, with each day of the week associated with an action practice. You have these in your handouts in your order of service, and they're also available up on the screen. Thank you. Mondays are for compliments. Overcome the tendency to criticize and look for the good in others instead. Tell others what you appreciate about them on Mondays. And I find that by practicing it, I get so much out of it as I see the look on somebody's face when they're complimented, sincerely. I mean, you can't just, it has to be a sincere compliment. Tuesdays are my biggest challenge. I'm not that quite of a flexible person, but I try to keep an open mind, and I try new things on Tuesday, even if it's driving a different way than I'm used to. Wednesdays are for gratitude, and this is what I've really expanded to hopefully my everyday life. I really try to find those things. That's what tends to keep that depression at bay for me. Thursdays are for kindness, and we have a group that does random acts of kindness in here. Would those people like to raise their hands so you see if you want to get involved in an organized way with that group? So when you focus on yourself less and make somebody else's life a little bit better, that opens your heart too. Fridays are for forgiveness. This is a challenging one too. But releasing the anger that you have for somebody, because it's really only hurting ourselves when we're angry, makes your heart open to more laughter. So if you can find a way to forgive those who have hurt you in the light of compassion on Fridays and make it a practice, soon you'll feel that lessening for you. And this was Steve Wilson's good-hearted living. This was all his component from, America. He put in that weekends are for chocolate. But believe it or not everybody likes chocolate. But it's just a reminder to do something good for yourself on the weekends, to treat yourself and make things better. Good-hearted living encourages mindfulness. practices. So when you wake up, remember what the special practice is for that day. Whenever you see the opportunity, take some action to fulfill that practice. These actions become habits, and the habits become a positive way of life. Whenever you are mindful of any of the practices and the pleasant feelings that they are bringing, you can tell yourself, right now this is being stored in my brain where it joins my other moments of serenity. The larger the library and storehouse of serenity in my brain, the easier it will be for me to access it again at will. Soon you'll be amazed to find that you laugh more and are more cheerful and optimistic. By most of us on the spiritual path, yet, if we carefully read and study the words of some of our most famous teachers, we will learn that frequent, spontaneous, infectious laughter may well be as important hallmark of an enlightened being. We have to laugh at the comedic side of our lives. It's seriously important. So, traditionally, laughter clubs sessions end with a call and response affirmations. I'll call out a statement, an affirmation, and if you agree with me, you respond by throwing your arms up in the victory gesture and shout yes to affirm it for yourself. So, I am today here.
Yes!
Happy.
Yes!
Healthy.
Yes!
Whole.
Yes!
I wholeheartedly appreciate your joining me in these laughing matters today.
Yes! Woo!